Hello, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are, whatever time of day it is for you. This is Nature Freak. Welcome to our first episode of what's going to be Cumberland City. Uh, Now, this is a brand new city Skylines. It's going to be in a very American theme, and we're gonna be thinking a lot, especially about change over time and how normally, cities are frequently evolving. They're never very constant. So we're gonna be looking at that. Definitely, kind of if you want to like take some screenshots, maybe as we go along. I definitely think eventually, once we have a quote unquote completed project, which will probably be known as when I can't build anymore. uh, whenever that's done, I'll have some screenshots of kind of as a place was originally built and as I'll revisit it. Uh, and that's kind of what I'm gonna be thinking about, or a prime focus of the series. Cumberland City is a real place. It is there. There is a real Cumberland City, and this is taking place very close to the location of actual Cumberland City. Uh, so if I go into the world map, I am going to be working. I'm still tweaking the LUT, and there's another thing I'll still tweak it, textures, ground textures. So I'm still tweaking those two, so this might look different even next episode. I just really wanted to get this started and get an episode out to you guys. So, yes, this main river here is the Cumberland River. So, if you don't know where the Cumberland River is, if you guys are looking at a map of the United States, it's between the Ohio and the Tennessee River. It is where Nashville flows, or it is the river that flows through Nashville. But it also has some parts in Kentucky, and that's actually where this is taking place, or this plot of land is. So we are in, the southeastern part of Kentucky, right where the Appalachian Mountains are kind of meeting a valley. In real life, this area is a lot more hilly than this. Uh, it is more like this the entire way. There is I can't I need to start remembering these things, but I did get this map off the Steam Workshop, and basically what I did was I replaced all of the trees with modded ones since it was made with vanilla trees and too many of them. It was already, I loaded it up at the tree limit. So, we have these tributaries. We have a very basic two-lane system that I went ahead and filled in. We are gonna be starting first with just some row houses, getting kind of a classic feel, everyone's favorite water tower, and very just homey small city vibes. And yeah, let's just get started. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for that pretty just kind of quick time lapse. Nothing super special, just kind of getting a general layout. Really getting kind of, what I think or what I want to put where. We're starting to put down our basic services, getting our clinics, just about to set down a fire department as well. And I'm also going to be switching it over to, here we go, I'll put this one right there. And I'm also going to be using custom assets. We've got pretty much custom everything for this, so should be good. Yeah, this is gonna be our bread and butter. You're gonna be seeing these quite a lot. I don't have the realistic population mod on. I will be getting it. I just forgot to install it, so yeah. Densely packed single family homes is probably gonna be our common denominator here. In terms of car dependency, I just realized I wanted to move it, not or replace it, not move it. In terms of car dependency, I am going to do my best to create, we're going to assume that this southern town city wasn't that affected by the 50s just kind of takeover. So yeah, there will not be much in the way of car dependency. It will be very there will be a lot of public transportation. I'm going to be adding just about as much as I can. Yeah, this is probably not going to be enough residential. I'll keep extending our little bridge out here. And I mean, we do have some larger buildings here. This one's probably got some higher capacity, so maybe we'll set this one here along one of our main roads. Buses, you'll be seeing buses for days. I want to integrate more than just buses. I think we'll have probably some light rail, maybe metro. I'm definitely, biggest question mark is trains right now, because I feel like I might have like a train station as sort of an intercity sort of deal, but for like within the city itself, I don't think we're going to be using trains. I think we're going to kind of keep it to metro or or trams because of that. And then actually I think these would be nice, kind of moved together. So of course that's our police station, and then just from residential. Kind of keeping it relaxed as we're going through. Nothing too, urban yet. This is just, this is a quaint little town that was founded, so on, and was named after the river, and so on, and gosh, I'm saying so on a lot, aren't I? I will probably be going over places like this again and having it be more, this is a residential street, and this is commercial, and this is, some offices. But, ignoring that or taking that into account, I will be, it's kind of more, or I'm trying to think of it as more of a natural progression. Not everywhere in the United States did it have that sort of design, especially not in a place that's exceptionally or has some age to it like this place will or does. So just kind of extending our road network a little bit, giving myself some more room to build with. As you saw during the time lapse, we got some of our main arterials down. I'm thinking about adjusting this one a little bit. I feel like it's a little too close to this one. If you guys have any street names, I will be more than happy to take some. I think that'd be quite nice. I did find it a little weird how a lot of these just I wouldn't even consider these a townhouse. They're just a row house, and yeah, they're considered kind of a high density residential. I don't see it personally. I'm gonna try and get a good mix so that way they're already done and I don't have to mix them myself later. I'm not sure how to feel about the Art Deco ones. I feel like maybe we'll do like an Art Deco district. I feel like that'd be nice. So let's just go ahead and kind of get these together. Obviously, got a lot of stuff from the Mid-Atlantic in here. I will be, of course, using the very famous Batman building from the Skyline in Nashville. I do very much enjoy that building, and I just think it'd be a really nice fit. Especially as like a central piece, hard to find an office building that does that job better. I'm really liking how these are coming together. I'll probably have to do a little bit of adjusting on the orientation. And yeah, that'll be a good setup. And then probably continue to have this residential, so I'll just copy some little parts and kind of Frankenstein them in here. You know, if maybe this is beating a dead horse, but you know, a lot of people call Frankenstein after the monster, but no, it's a scientist. You know, if you ever feel like you want to be that guy, now you know. You got that piece of information at your disposal. Do with it what you will. Just don't throw me under the bus. I feel like someone might come after me for that. And like, that guy really made such a snarky comment. He's a dead man walking. A doobie society every now and again. We live in a society. If you guys do not know this trick already, you can, with the fun little things of mover and node controller, you can make little cul-de-sacs like this. Just move the node up and make the stretch 200%. Bam, cul-de-sac. And you might need a little bit of adjustment. You know, that one's a little too close to those buildings behind it. So I can just bring it back like that. Now you've got a lovely little cul-de-sac for your streets. I mean, that is becoming an increasingly more common technique, so maybe I'm beating a dead horse, but, you know, I always like to think, or I like to hope that just as some YouTubers decided or convinced me that I should download City Skylines for myself, maybe I'll be that guy for someone else. And if you are that guy, you know, and you're thinking about it, this is your sign. Go download it. It's not that expensive, and especially if you just kind of want to try your hand, see what you can get up to. It's great. I've wasted so much time, and it's time I'll never get back, and it's time that I'm glad that I don't have. So yeah, 10 out of 10 would buy again. It's kind of, I don't know, I'm feeling time. We're finding things that fit. That kind of fits pretty well. I'm liking that. And then these ones, I'm just going to raise them up a little bit so the porches actually stick out. These ones actually need to be lowered. You can kind of tell when they need to be lowered when they have a little bit of the foundation sticking out. Some buildings obviously do have that in real cities, but you know, maybe what we make is an art form and less a depiction of reality. That's actually kind of a question that I feel like I kind of grapple with some City Skylines players, or when I watch someone play City Skylines, I'm like, how real really is it? Because, you know, they do make it look exceptionally real, but sometimes I feel like I look at it and I'm just kind of like, I wonder if it would actually look like something along those lines in a real situation. Or in a real city situation, I guess. Yes, my live oak trees. Those things are absolutely everywhere, and I love them. They are an amazing tree, very pretty. And, you know, it's kind of finding some foliage just to fill in that gap. So, I think, you know, we've got our general layout. Everyone is under the coverage of water. And so I'm going to hit play while I get started on our high school campus. This is our rural suburban American power line model. Just kind of connected up there, and that should be good. Yes, indeed it is. And then I'll go ahead and have it on this side of the street, and I'll just go ahead and have it run along the highway for now. And I guess we'll have to do a little funky sort of connection to get it to the water tower. And yeah, that won't clip any cars, so it's good. Actually, I probably could get it to go under that bridge. Oh well. Yeah, this will be our screenshot with the tower and the interchange as time progresses. This interchange will not be here forever. Eventually we will have another one that will have a higher capacity, naturally. Another interesting thing that I noticed while I was working on making this map before, but all the traffic's on this side. Almost none of it is on this side of the river, which I found a little funny. Eventually we will, of course, be making a bridge, but that might probably not be till like even in 10, 15 episode range, just for like a general estimate. So we've got everyone here. Let's go ahead. This is obviously way premature for a real city, but let's go ahead and get some sort of a high school going. Get some sort of high school campus. I think this one, yeah, this one's gonna do the job for us. Really liking that. And it's a capacity of 300, which is much, much more accurate for a city this size. I'm gonna rotate it so it's on that gradient. Probably lower it just a couple ticks. Yeah, that's looking nice. Oh, it does need some water. Go and bring it up. So I am not 100% sure how to go about or where everything should be placed for this campus. So I'm just gonna kind of place it as I feel like it should, if that makes any sense. Also getting a feel, I don't think I've seen everything that all of these mods have to offer. I am gonna go ahead add a lovely rural church, because what is any rural place without a church? And what is any rural church without a church to compete? So there are churches, and now everyone can go and sing some lovely songs on Sunday, naturally. Not any other day. You can only sing them on Sunday. My apologies for not continuing or being unable to continue Cecilia. I did really love that. I did love Cecilia so much. Oh my gosh. It was just it was like a dream project of mine to make, a really just absolutely scenic yet bustling European city. So it is a real shame that plazas and promenades did have to come and murder it, but it's okay. This has been something that I've had on my mind to get into the American city sort of sphere, if you will. So I guess it just served to bring about it, really. Residential demand is still really high, so I think I will go ahead and just fill up this street with housing, and then on the next street over, we'll look more for school sports and the likes. Or, we can kind of say, since eventually this will be inner city, we're still thinking of it as this very little section where, eventually it's going to be all up and down the banks, and then probably have suburbs up here. Maybe I'm still thinking about what to do on this side of the river. Maybe I'll take some of your suggestions. I'm pretty open to that. And here comes more people. Woo! It's probably the most traffic this interchange ever experienced. It's working so well. In terms of for neighborhoods, I still think yeah, probably we can still do neighborhoods. I don't know exactly what all of these districts are going to be. If you guys want to name one, feel free to drop suggestions. I'll at the very least think about them. Keep them in my thoughts and prayers, something along those lines. Go ahead and set these ones back a little bit from the road, more from the road than that one. That is something that I think some people overlook, is that not all of the buildings, especially the older buildings, are set back from the street the same distance from each other. Some of them are set back closer, others a lot farther away. Gotta lower this one a lot once I place it. It's only 300 people and they still, oh my gosh. Only 300 people and it still looks like roads are busy. But right now everything's kind of close. People are opting to walk, which is good. It's already going to show that our planners of the past had made good decisions. It's also good that we are having people moving in, highly educated from the get-go. We're going to be kind of without a university for a good bit of time, so getting everyone an education, it's saying there's not enough workers. I'm wondering how many workers this building takes up. I did forget trash, so I'll go ahead just throw down a small recycling center with everything else up here. It's also going to be really interesting, so obviously I did place this area out as, or place those services here, being kind of, or thinking about, delete that, thinking about this area being our main industrial zone. So we'll probably have some rail, I think rail is actually going to cross over up here since it's already kind of close. So we'll have rail kind of cutting through the city. I feel like, it's how some American city planners have been. That isn't the worst decision that's been made, and the fact that it isn't it's a little sad. So they're saying more commercial and more residential, so guess we're gonna be needing to add both, but that's fine. You know, we've got this side of the road, we've already got pipes extended. Let's go ahead and get some more people in here. And I'm gonna be very conscious about picking from different sections, so just so you know, we get stuff like this. We get different little matchups to go. This is actually kind of giving me some San Fran vibes, or I guess it would have to be Eastern San Fran. Just with how hilly it is, obviously San Francisco is much, much more hilly than this. I'm not suggesting that the two are in any way really comparable, but you know, it's gonna be a fun challenge, kind of having to work with this gradient for basically the entire series. There are not a lot of very flat spaces on this map, so you know, I'm gonna kind of have to take what I'm given, which is it's fine. It's not an issue. It's a fun challenge. It's gonna have to make me think about what I put where and for what reasons, and I think it's gonna lead to some really amazing shots. So I'm excited to get to that stage where we can kind of sit back and just admire the view. No, that one's right. Okay. Yeah, these places, that one's filled. That one isn't still, so go ahead. It would be a bit of a shame if we got abandoned buildings on the first episode, but, you know, I'm sure worse things have happened. You know, in your first try of something, that should be it. Should be reaching that surplus now. Yeah, already residential demand's beginning to dip. They're still saying very high for commercial, which is fair. I haven't built any more commercial yet. Maybe I'll just throw in a little bit more just to be safe. Uh-oh. There we go. Just got those ones. Sorry if my voice is sounding a little croaky. We are getting into winter months here, so my throat isn't used to the heater or something like that. Go ahead and grab one of these super skinny ones. I think we can squeeze in one more. It's kind of encroaching on the sidewalk, but I think, you know, we can... not much wiggle room here. Actually, that'll be okay. That's close enough. Or far enough, however you want to think about it. And already, this is kind of starting to settle in well. We already got our streets laid out. These houses are kind of popping up a little extra, I know, bright. I guess the paint it mod isn't working either, or I just haven't double checked. We love the 14.7K deficit, but you know, that is kind of what happens when you're building for aesthetics and realism and not for, you know, how the game wants you to play. I am curious, why are these people, they're walking to the powerhouse. That's it's quite impressive. Props to them. Yeah, this guy's got the right idea. This 2022 Ranger. Gonna go ahead and keep growth very gradual, just for probably these first 3 episodes. But, you know, obviously I know you guys don't, this is gonna be a pretty consistent part of this series. And I know you guys don't want to be spending all your time looking at it, so we will eventually get into some more variety. But I do ask you to bear with me while we are in this very beginning stage where, you know, it's the small steps, you know. Just gradually getting up there. Gradually making our way to a bustling city of your dreams. That's what we're all about. We're about making dreams come true here. Still no workers? Honestly, I think at this fault, I think it's just a workplace's fault. If, you know, there's so many people moving in, how many people are unemployed? 57%. This is just on you guys at this point. You know, maybe it is. It could just be because all of these are level 1. So everyone coming in is uneducated. That's probably it. Looking at it. So, it's these 2 buildings carrying it. Go ahead and play something else. Yeah, we still have we have some of these Milltown buildings. These look kind of nice. And then of course some of our modern stuff. Some deli. I'm kind of a fan of the deli business. Well, both of the business of deli meats. Deli meats are always good, but just that one in general. I do want to try and keep some variation within some of these buildings. I would like to keep the general layouts of the roads the same, but you know, if we have to change a building every now and again, it's not going to be the end of the world to me. Yeah, I'll go ahead and have it here and just merge the two together. Yeah, that's fine. It's very tall buildings. And I'm not really like not a fan of all of them. Because I do think these are very nice, very well done buildings. I just, they're not fitting. They're not clicking. Kind of scroll through here. Here we go. Here's some more. You know, having that this variety of both thickness and style, I think is gonna help. It's either gonna make it look stupid or it's gonna help bring it to life, and we can kind of have, you know, like some trees down here, something like that. Go ahead and bring this just that much closer to this church here, and then just scooch the church over a little bit as well. Yeah, it's looking nice. And now let's go ahead and pull out our forest brush. We have it set to the Valley Forest, which is the original name of this map is something Valley. I can't exactly remember it now, or else I'd tell y'all. But it abandoned. We couldn't save it. Let's go and get it replaced. Was that one? Indeed. Look at that. Now that we have all these people moving in, okay, that one's level 1, but now we've got some people who have some education. And that's going to be exactly what we need to get the jobs there filled. And that'll kind of be where we call it for this episode, I think. You know, we got our very basic frame done. This is going to be kind of a quick one. You can expect another episode next week, and if you want to see it, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. So, you know, YouTube just sends or lets you know whenever next episode's ready. It would really support the channel. It would make my day, honestly. If I checked my YouTube and I just got a notification, they're like, so-and-so, subscribe to the channel, I'd be like, oh my gosh. I'd subscribe back, honestly. I've been feeling a little lonely, but you know, it's all about the joy of just making this. It's looking great. Even just like for day 1, first episode in, it's already just selling me like someone's hometown. It's just, this is kind of hometown country songs that are written about, in case you were wondering. Man, that one hit a little different. It's gonna go ahead and throw in some detailing here. It's not really much of anything other than keeping a contiguous sidewalk. Because some of these buildings, you know, just don't have that little last bit. So yeah, just want to thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one.